I am Rakhi Bose, Assistant Editor with Outlook, and I bring to you excerpts from our latest issue, Women of the World Unite. In A Different Gaze, Outlook Assistant Editor Abhik Bhattacharya writes that for residents of women-led panchayats in Rajasthan, 33% is not just about numbers in parliament and state assemblies, but represents a new vision, a new idea, and a different nazariya. Mamta Barla has been the Sarpanch of Itawa Phopchi Gram Panchayat, around 50 kilometers from Jaipur, since 2010. When she became the Sarpanch, the hamlets within the ambit of her panchayat were facing an acute water crisis. She decided to deal with this issue first. Only women understand the importance of water, as they have to wake up at 4 a.m. and store water for the entire household. Men won't understand this problem because it's the women who do the household work, says Barla, who is now in her mid-40s. She called for a panchayat meeting and got installed 2 water tanks of 1 lakh litre each. In the next few years, boring facilities were provided in at least 20 places across the hamlets. Now there is a 4-kilometer long pipeline that brings water from a nearby river to the tanks. Being led by Barla for the past 13 years, the residents of Itawa Phopchi, which falls under the Govindgarh Panchayat Samiti, feel that the women leaders have different priorities. They focus on everyday issues like water, health of women and children, and education, and use the limited funds accordingly. If women get a chance to run the country, the idea of development will change, says Rekha Kumawat, who was one of the first women Panchayat Samiti members from Govindgarh. With the passing of the Women's Reservation Bill in both houses, the village is convinced that the nazariya or perspective of the country will soon change as well. For them, 33% is not just about numbers in parliament and state assemblies. It represents a new vision, a new idea, and moreover, a new and different gaze. In 2008, the Rajasthan government increased the reservation for women in Panchayati Raj institutions or PRIs to 50%. At present, Govindgarh Panchayat Samiti has 49 panchayats, of which 25 are run by women. Notably, women have won even from general seats, Kumawat points out. That's because people here believe that women can bring positive changes. She adds, leading panchayats in a state with a poor sex ratio, 928, far below the national average of 940. What did these women do differently to bring about so many changes? As the number of women in the House of the People is about to witness a significant jump, it is necessary to look back at those constituencies where the reservation of women following the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments transformed the political landscape. A visit to women-led panchayats in Govindgarh Panchayat Samiti can help us in understanding how a different gaze can lead to inclusive and participatory development. Notably, the changes are very important and gender inclusive. School grounds having a vibrant presence of girls, sanitary napkin disposal machines, concrete cement roads connecting villages to essential services, study rooms for women, functional labor rooms and operation theatre in community health centres, street lights and CCTVs are all signs of the changing times. To read the full story and other stories from this issue, log on to www.outlook.com.